Welcome to Around the World in Four Corners with Sunrise Fan TL.
I didn't want to take it out.
That's right. It's very smart. Put him right here on this gurney. Hey, buddy.
What's wrong, buddy?
I need you to stay.
Are you the mother?
Yes. Oh, I'm his foster mom.
Okay.
Right this way, Dad. Hey, buddy. What's your name?
I love Clint. He's great. I consider him a friend.
See? A friend.
I mean, as much as anyone could be friends with Clint.
If only there was someone in her class that was smarter than her.
What would that do?
Then maybe she would know what it feels like for someone to make her feel dumb.
Plus a private detective that was able to find some really interesting evidence about you.
What evidence? What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps the hundreds of hours worth of security footage from your business where you forced little Sandy to perform unpaid child labor. Not to mention infliction of emotional distress. I'm pretty sure that will help us win our case. Don't you?
What if I took care of Cara while you were at work? That way she'd still be with family while you're gone. And she don't have to deal with all those different nannies. Not to mention, I know how to calm her down. I've been doing it for years.
Oh my gosh. That would be amazing. Would you really do that?
Of course. We're family.
Welcome back to Around the World in Four Corners. Today we've got someone whose name might suggest a little chaos, but don't be fooled. She's full of heart, hilarity, and heat. You've seen her lighting up the chat, keeping it real. I'm sure you've seen her with Shawnee, and never holding back. Joining us today is HotMessNic. Hi HotMess, how you doing?
Hi, good. How about you guys?
Doing well. We got Rhiannon and Jimmy Jam back with us this week. So Nicole, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Nicole, HotMessNic in the chat. I'm just a hot mess. I always say, oh my God, you're a hot mess. It's just a fun name too. Because when I start playing, I was just Nicole. So I had to make up a name. There's so many Nicoles playing. I'm not gonna be the Nicole. I'm not gonna be one of those ones that just fall into nobody ever sees, because I'm just like, see me, look at me. So I put HotMessNic. You're always a hot mess. I'm always telling myself I'm a hot mess. That's where that one came from. I have been playing since March 2021. I came in watching BC slots. There was literally nothing going on at that time. Things were slightly opening back up, but you were still at home. Everything was virtual. So I was just in my reels watching this BC slots, and oh, he seems fun. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna be hosting this live play bingo game. And okay, I'll download it. Let me see what this, because I'm bored off my ass. Let me see what's this all about. I downloaded it before he came on, and came in, and Hobart was hosting. He was the host prior to BC Slots, and there were so few people. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I go in mid-round, I'm all, okay, I'm gonna play bingo, I'm gonna play. And I'm going and I'm pushing like, and then he's like, and then all of a sudden Hobart's like, Nicole, hit bingo, you have to hit bingo. I think he's talking to me. Bingo. And then it took me a second, and because everything was virtual back then, is he seeing me? That is the only like new person question, like new baller question I asked. I went in and, hello, can you see me? And at that time, Hobart, he messed around a little bit, but not as much. If you physically can see me, I'm done. It was, as soon as I start playing, because I've always loved bingo, and I was addicted. This is great. And just throughout the time of being there, it's like, you know, when you're first there, you really don't chat much. You kind of just like, okay, I need to kind of figure out what this is. Is this real? You know, how to learn to play, how to do this. It's been so many years for me now. I try to help the new players as much as I possibly can, because I know, everybody knows how it feels to come in the chat at first. I did like when they did have the new, like when they had the newbies room, the beginners room, because it did help those, you know, with the extra questions, because I see our chat goes crazy because we are all literally, we've known each other for so many years. We're chatting. There's like conversation upon conversations, and we're just going. But I enjoy the fact that I log in every single day because this is a part of my friends. It's like, it feels like my family. If this game went away tomorrow, I think we'd all have withdrawals. We'd all be in severe panic mode and depression because it got me out of a dark area with all of the COVID and it made me happy and it just made me be able to talk to people again, even if it wasn't face to face. But it was like, okay, at least I have somebody there or even something to watch all the time. But granted, when I started, it wasn't all the time. It stopped after 10 p.m. because we didn't have UK hosts at that time. And then you had to play with bingo lady that just calls the numbers for 8 hours. But you know, I had came in right when they started doing the jackpots. Oh, we didn't have jackpots before that. I came in when literally they had just got to go back into the studio. And then not even a week and a half later, they were back in their houses. They were back in their homes. They're all doing the everything, recording, they were all at the, Brian, Kelly, Hobart, Evan. Those were the 4 main hosts at that time that were reeling around through the day. They did hire in Drea. I saw her a couple times, so she would in and out. I'm trying to think who else. It wasn't that many hosts because they had their little set schedule and John Mason would pop in, but the main hosts were the 4, the starting 4, Hobart, Kelly, Evan, and Brian. And we were in their houses. And God, I remember Evan taking his thing and just showing us his house. He's all, this is where my 007 stuff is. This is where this is. Hobart's background was Baywatch guy, what's his name? David Hasselhoff. Yeah. And then Kelly would bring in her kids, because Kelly was pregnant at the time. I had seen her and then she left and then she came back and she was pregnant, did her maternity leave. But then Kelly came and she had her kids and it was just like, oh, hi. But it was, by the end of the day, it's my family. I need to check in. And you do notice when you've played for so long, okay, I haven't seen this person in a while. Somebody that used to chat a lot, somebody that I used to interact with, where did they go? You have I have the people that I do talk to outside of live play bingo, and it took me a couple of years to open up to people and let them follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. It took me a minute. Do I really trust people? I don't, because I don't. So that was a hard thing to open up to, okay, you can follow me. Because at first it was me just trying to just talk with the host and not talk with the players. It was like I would put my funny things, the host would read and get, have fun with the host and just maybe make their day a little bit better with my stupid funny stories and whatever I was doing that day or what happened to me. And but all said and done, I have made a lot of friends. I feel like this is family. It's a great community to be a part of. I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, HotMess. Where are you from?
I'm from Riverside, California.
All right. Is that LA, basically?
A little over an hour if there's no traffic, but Riverside's more inland. And LA is closer to beach areas, Malibu, all of that stuff. People from OC, LA, they tend to not like us. It's like a rival gang situation. Oh, you're from Riverside? Oh, you're from OC? Oh, Riverside is more of where you pretty much commute. You're commuting to the LA or you're commuting to the OC or you're commuting, but it's more of a family and a lot cheaper than those areas. So it's like, okay, I'll move my family to the Riverside and I'll commute to LA or, and do that truck. But Yeah, that's Riverside.
Tell us a little bit about yourself on what you do outside of the app. What do you do for fun? Um,
I'm holding it right now. I have my 12-year-old son. He keeps me occupied with whatever knots and his crazy stuff. He is literally a mini me, and it's scary with his personality because, yeah. Other than that, I enjoy to find new restaurants, new dining experiences. Been working in a restaurant, for so many years, and being stuck around the same food all the time. I need to venture out. That's one of my things I like to do, is me and my son, that we can do that together. He's like, Mom, where are we gonna go new today? I'm like, we're going to lunch. Okay, where are we gonna try new today? I like to do the breweries, and try new breweries, new different beers and stuff like that. I enjoy my friends.
Awesome. Alrighty, well, thanks, HotMess. Jimmy Jam, with all of the new additions, we have the partner events, the solo events, the animal quests, the golden ball drop, and now double animals, a lot of new features. What is something that you would like to see added to the game, other than, of course, the features that they've recently added?
So, time difference wise and everything, Australians, New Zealanders, people on the islands in the southern hemisphere, we don't get happy hours, and unless it's 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not staying up to 1 o'clock in the morning to play a happy hour. So a lot of us on this side of the world are missing out on happy hours and bonus games and all that sort of stuff if we can't get in to play throughout your guys' evening. So I think maybe if they were to introduce a happy hour or speed bingo for a certain portion of time in the evenings, our evenings, that would be good, because if I'm working all day, or if and I know a lot of other Australians and New Zealanders, we work throughout the day, so we either miss out on the bonus games, I can deal with that, but I don't like missing out on speed bingo, because I like speed bingo. That's the room I like to be in. And also with the mermaid slots, have only rare and epic power-ups, no coins, no singles, so you get the doubles, the triples, and the crowns, but instead of 3,000 or 300 that you've got to spin for, make it 1,000 or 5,000 per spin, so it's actually worth their time. I've got 8 billion coins, literally about 8 billion coins. I quite literally am happy to blow that on a slot machine, because singles are alright, but coins they're terrible. But that's my wish list personally, is to get some happy hours for the southern hemisphere, and maybe have speed bingo open for, it doesn't have to be open all night, but maybe 2 or 3 hours, even an hour I'd be happy with, of an evening time.
Yeah.
And the mermaid slots, because something's got to give. That's my wish list.
Those are great suggestions. My thing that I would love to see, how fun would it be, it may cost quite a bit of credits, but let's say, those little capsule machines that you put quarters in when you were a kid, and then it came in those little plastic bubbles. That is something that I would love to see, in the game, a virtual one of those, and you spend your credits and you might get animals that are randomized from previous sets. I think that would be a really cool feature. I think that'd be a lot of fun. What about you, Rhiannon?
Well, I personally hate the animal quests and the golden ball drop. That was just a total fail for me. I love the regular quests, and I really love the partner events. But the thing is, and with the quests too, I feel like all of us kind of have quite a bit of credits to be able to use, right? And so we're able to finish these events or quests. But I feel like the players who lower level that don't have that much to spend, they never finish. They never do, and you gotta think about that, and how bad would that suck? I know how bad it sucks to not finish something, so to not ever finish anything would suck really bad. I don't know if they can make it somehow to where they can make it to where the higher level players can do more, add more, instead of 4, add 8. But I don't know if they can figure out that, but that's what I wish would happen, would be that they could consider some of the lower level players.
You think the double animals have helped?
It's like, I feel like you just get one or you get none and you just get more double disappointed. I don't know. But I wish that when you're playing and you get an egg on your card, when you're playing this character, like the Animal Quest, say I'm playing a Ultimate 250 and I get an egg and I hatch that egg. I use my credits to that egg that I wish that that animal that I just hatched goes into that quest as you know, 250 multiplier. Like that, you know, I gave my bingo credits to hatch that, and I wish that it was like it would just go, okay, go up to that quest. That would help a lot with the quest. I have never completed one of these animal quests, and after I get the frame, I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I don't, you know, like partners quest I do take seriously because there's people relying on me, and with me and partners, none of my partners ever have to do anything.
No, that's true. I know from experience. She's helped me.
Yeah, I usually just I pick the same partners now. They know who they are gonna be, and sometimes I randomly pick somebody from the chat, and I'll hit their name, and I'm all, add me as your friend, and I'll complete them.
That's great.
And I'm all, there you go. Yeah. And then like, thanks, HotMess.
I actually enjoyed the golden ball drop. I'll admit, I don't even think I came close to finishing. And I consider myself a pretty, I don't want to say high baller, but I do always play high multipliers because I don't play for like 6 to 8 hours a day. If I'm lucky, I can get maybe two and I'm not doing anything. So when I do play, I usually play 4x100, 4x250, or the same thing with 8 and speed. I didn't even come close to the golden ball drop. I think if they would have made the balls worth more than one, no matter what kind of multipliers you had, that would have definitely helped. But I did really have fun at least dropping the balls. It felt like your own little blingo game. And I think it was a fun side game. So I did have fun doing it. I just knew that there was no way I could complete it because the goals or the expectations to complete were a little high in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, granted, you wish you could get the multipliers. Yeah, I would love 250 balls to drop. Even 100 balls, let's drop them, you know? But yeah, one ball at a time.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Drop it like V-Hunt and just poke them all up.
I know, just wherever.
Oh God, him and his blue ball with the 10 drop all the time, just straight down.
I know.
I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
I tried to tell him, I was like, dude, move your blue balls, man.
You know, just keep him with roll and we're good.
Come on, take that blue ball and just move it over a little bit. Just stop dropping it straight. Stop dropping the blue ball straight.
I noticed Hobo does that too, though, but he does like multiple ones.
Yeah.
So you don't notice it.
Oh, I notice it too. I do notice. I do.
Yeah.
This is your first episode. Hopefully you come back on as well too. From an outside perspective, I know you watched the Stephanie episode. What are your thoughts on it?
Honestly, like I watched the whole Stephanie one. It was fantastic. You get to see another side of the host. Not just they're goofy sometimes, but then you get to see another side, of that host. And it was fantastic to see that, and then also see the player. I see your face. I know what you look like now. Like it was great to like watch that, and then the knowledge and like, okay, especially like the people that have questions in the chat, just come into this podcast, you're gonna get them answered, kind of thing. That's I think your whole guys' goal is like, just turn into this podcast. If you want to know about live play bingo, the hosts, the ballers, like it's gonna be on this podcast, and it's great. It was a great idea.
Oh, thank you. Actually, we're gonna give it to Hobart because it was Hobart's idea, and I just kind of ran with it.
If you need more time to think about this,
She doesn't need more time to think.
listen. There's a cheaper motel just down the road. They have plenty of rooms, and they take cash.
Thank you.
No problem. Good luck. I forgive you. Everything happens for a reason. What we're doing, where we are, and who we're doing it with. And this very moment is all that matters.
Hi, Ralph. What's going on? What's up? Y'all ain't save me no food?
Alright, today's guest you might actually recognize from the game, from the Live Play Bingo app, where her energy, positivity, and charm, and let's not forget beauty, have helped some of the most memorable bingo sessions that at least I've been in, and I'm sure some of you as well too. So let's please welcome one of the best and most beautiful hosts from Live Play Bingo, Candi Marie.
Hey, Candy.
Oh my goodness, that was such an incredible introduction. It's an absolute pleasure, and I was so excited to be here that I don't know if they mentioned this before, but I came 3 hours early, y'all. Like, that's how happy I was to be here, and you know, also just to be able to have conversations with some of my favorite ballers, some of my favorite friends, you know, family, because we're all one big family. So it's really, really good to see faces up close and personal. This feels really good.
So tell us a little bit about, I know you're from Jacksonville. I'm sorry, I'm from H-Town, so I'm a big Texans fan, and I know we're in the same division, but I don't know him as much as Dallas HotMess. Anyhow, so tell us a little bit about your journey from Jacksonville, Florida, maybe growing up, and how you became a Live Play Bingo host.
Absolutely, absolutely. First of all, can I say hey to everybody on here first? You know, my girl Ree, I have to take it back to Ree. Ree, HotMessNic, Jimmy Jam, I love you guys so much. And we got Tim in the house too. So happy to be here with you guys. I will say that one of the reasons why I came to LPB, and I'll say LPB, it chose me where I was in my life. I had just lost my brother. I started working for LPB a week after I lost my little brother to gun. And I felt like LPB found me because it forced me to be positive at a time when I just wanted to disappear. And I just wanted the world to just completely stop. And I think sometimes when you're full of so much pain and you give love, it saved me. It saved me. Yeah. So let me take it back to the beginning. Originally from Jacksonville, Florida. I grew up in the foster care system. And my little brother that I actually lost he made me a big sister. And we spent the most time in foster care together. So that's why that loss was just so hard for me. In the state of Florida, when you grow up in foster care, you get to go to college for free. So that was like my way to kind of like become something. Because everybody on my mom's side and my father's side, nobody had ever graduated from high school. So that was a really, really big deal for me, that I graduated high school and I was class president and defied a lot of odds. Went off to college. College was really hard for me because I struggled with what I didn't know at the time was ADHD. I had a really hard time taking tests and I was full of so much anxiety. And, you know, when you have a very hard childhood, you just feel pressure. You feel the pressure of not failing, and you know, you just feel like, okay, if I fail, I don't have anything to fall back on. So I just really put a lot of pressure on myself. A year after graduating college, I got a job working at Disney World. I worked at Disney World in management for 2 years. When I was growing up in foster care, one of the things that I always wanted to be was a teen talk show host. Right? Because I wanted to always empower people. And one of the things that I started to do when I was in college was share my story of growing up in the foster care system. When I got the job at Disney, there was this program called Disney Dreamers Academy. And it was an event that was hosted by Steve Harvey. 6 months after working for Disney, I connected with the Steve Harvey team. And I worked for them for free while working for Disney. And I was trying to work my way up in the ranks of maybe working for Radio Disney. And that did not happen because I ended up getting offered a job to work for the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And I ended up moving from Florida all the way to Atlanta. and they gave me my start as a TV host. So I worked for Steve Harvey for like 4 years, interviewing all the names that you can think of. I was their very, very first correspondent that ever worked for the show, and I was hosting award shows with them, and it was an incredible experience. And in my 4th year, they said, you know what, Candi, we think that you're talented enough to go to LA. And they were the push that encouraged me to go to LA. And I came to LA and, you know, started back at the bottom and worked my way up, and, you know, and now I'm out here 8 years in LA, and I've done some really, really great projects. My first movie was with Mark Wahlberg, and it's called Instant Family, and that was really cool because growing up in foster care and that being my first film, and then being the only actress in the film that grew up in foster care, that was beautiful. And then I just, you know, and LA's not easy. People think that LA is just this place that, you know, a lot of people see the glitz and the glam, but they don't see the hard work. They don't see the, you know, sometimes you're working 3 jobs. The cost of living is so expensive out here, you know, and then I still have my family back home, and I try to do everything that I can to still like show up and be there for them. It's a lot of work. And then, you know, becoming a part of the Live Club Bingo family was, like I said, it was a blessing in disguise, and it came at one of the worst times in my life. And what a lot of people don't know is a year before I lost my brother, I lost my mom. So it was just like, it was a lot. You know, it was a lot. But LPB saved me. I saw a audition for it. I applied, and 2.5 years later, I'm still here, you know, and it's beautiful because I get to meet other beautiful souls just like you guys. So that's my journey.
That's amazing, Candi. I know everybody says it in the chat too, but we can't stress enough how sorry we are for your losses. I think you do such a great job about turning so hard events in life to at least come out something positive, and you're probably one of the best people that I've seen do that. So yeah.
What I will say is that I believe that we all go through a lot of the same things, you know, and life is hard, but it doesn't always have to be. Like, we don't always control the things that happen to us, but we can control how we respond to them. And if we turn death into a beautiful celebration, then it wouldn't be so sad. Like, you can turn anything negative into joy, you know? So
I love that.
So, you know, you talked a lot about your foster care and your brother and stuff, and I've also lost my brother back in 2010, and that experience changed me completely as a person. I got very angry, and you talk a lot about how you took your struggles and then you turned them into something better. And my question is, at the time, how or what did you do, or how hard was that to do? But I also want to say to you that the stuff that you said about your brother and how you've handled it has really hit home with me, and it has changed my whole perspective on life, even like present day. So I want to thank you for that, because, you know, that residual anger hangs around sometimes with grief, but you have helped a lot with that. But yeah, just kind of how did you handle it?
yeah, I think it's okay to be angry. You know, it's okay to be upset. And I'll be honest with you, like, to plan a funeral, you know, and this is me speaking like as a Black woman, like, I get so angry seeing so many young Black men getting killed. Mm-hmm. And it's not even just like, it's just young people now these days. It's like so many, like, they don't even get the chance to really live their life. They don't get the chance to grow old, you know, whether it's, you know, like from suicide to drug abuse to gun violence. It's just so many things, and all I hear is pain, you know? Like, when I think about, like, my brother, he We all went through the system, but he lived in the most homes. He lived in 8 different homes. Some terrible things happened to him, and we're here for a reason. We're still here for a reason. So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna go and hurt somebody that hurt them? How is that helping anything? The best thing that you can do is literally just live. That's just live and use what they went through so that the next generation, and literally we have to think about who comes after us. And the way that I look at it is every generation after me, they will never have to go through what me and my siblings went through. So that's what I'm working hard to do, is you can literally change your genetic makeup. You really can, you know, because pain can be passed down, joy can be passed down too.
That's true.
You know, and that's what I had to really I had to realize, like, when I thought about the generations that came before me, so many of them didn't get raised by their mom. So many of them didn't come from like a healthy, functional family, you know, and my mother is white, my father's black. When I look at both sides, there's so much dysfunction and so much pain on both sides. So I don't think it's a race issue. I just think that it's just, you know, like there's just so much that needs to change in our communities. If you heal yourself, then you heal your family, and then you heal your community. You gotta heal yourself first. So that's all that you can do, is heal yourself. And then everything else around you will be better because you took the time and you put in the work to work on yourself.
Thank you for that. So what do you hosts do around the studio during your break time?
Well, it depends on who you're asking. Some of us take naps because we have other jobs and auditions. I'm not really the biggest napper, but I will say I took the best nap of my life probably a few weeks ago, and I think I mentioned it to you guys that I was going to take a nap, and it was great. I'm usually like on my laptop because I also like am working on other creative ideas and stuff too. And then sometimes I'm just eating, or I'm just sitting down because we stand up on our feet all the time. But yeah, it just depends on the host. Like, what I love about Haley is that she will go and just find somewhere quiet, off in a corner somewhere, and not talk and use her voice. And she like meditates, and you know, it just depends on the host. Everybody does something different. Like Ricardo, I think, goes off and takes a nap. Like everybody just, yeah, has their own thing.
Oh.
Hi, Candi.
How are you, darling?
So, okay, so how do you like stay so composed with some of the creepies in the chat?
Girl. A whole lot of creeps. Oh my gosh.
They
you
be
know,
creeping.
They be creeping. Yeah, the trolls will troll. But you know what? When people troll, that has nothing to do with you. They're gonna try and troll and throw you off. But I just realized it has nothing to do with me. They just want attention, or they're angry. It just has nothing to do with me. So I eat trolls for breakfast.
That's when I get more protective of all of you. I'm all, oh no. And here's me, I'm all, my little thumbs are going, don't you talk about my kid that way, don't you talk about any of these hosts like that.
We love y'all and honestly, most times we're like, oh, the ballers are gonna take care of it. They're gonna you know, have our lightweight. And we love, but don't even address them. Don't give them no attention. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it.
I just
ignore.
But it is. I'm like, they can say funny things and then they can say bad things. When they go off, I'm like off the rail. I'm like, okay, no, we're not. I'm not good with that. But I got you. Got all the on my
girl. We banned them. We've got a really great behind the scenes team, and we ban them, but you know, they create more accounts.
We've heard about your dating life.
Yes.
So, I mean, you've dated. Great. I've dated. I'm still single. I chose not to date for a long time. Do you prefer to date in your own industry? Or do you prefer to date somebody that's not in the industry?
Okay, I love this setup. In terms of dating, you know, it's interesting. I've dated in the industry and I've dated outside the industry. Literally, when I tell you guys, like, there was a time where I was like, I'm not dating anybody in LA or California, and I dated someone in New York on purpose. I was purposely having
3,000 miles away.
Because I was like, I don't even want there to be any type, but the world is so small. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm in a space right now where I don't care. It would be nice, but I just don't. I am leaving it in God's hands. Like, because I don't know. Maybe I still make the best choices in dating.
Oh, girl, I know exactly. I know. I'm 44 years old and I have done, but that's why I took a hiatus. You gotta find yourself. You gotta love yourself. You gotta do things for yourself.
Exactly.
But
I'm on hiatus right now.
And it was the best thing I did for me. But now I'm like tinkering with it. I'm all, do I get back in there? But then I'm like, I'm old and I don't know how to get back in there.
Old girl,
I don't know how to get back in the game. I'm not in
maybe
my
the
20s.
Like, that's where I'm at. I'm in my late 30s and I'm just like, like, I'm not playing these games anymore. Like, no, like, you're gonna have to come to me, and then I'll meet you halfway once you've proved yourself.
Yeah, I think the only guys that come to me are the Amazon drivers that drop off my Amazon packages, so it's a little hard to date.
That might not be a bad idea.
Hey, at least they bring you something you want, you know?
Hey, you know. Maybe the right man will be delivered to you.
Me and Candi will go out. We'll go out on the town and just try to find ourselves men one day. One night.
That's it.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I would rather meet somebody out and about. I don't do the dating apps.
I don't. Yeah, that scares the hell out of me. It scares the hell out of me to do that.
I enjoy my peace these days, so.
Yeah, no, it's great. The more you enjoy your peace, it's harder to get out of, though. It really is.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I decided at 40, I was like, done. And then I'm tinkering with it to like date again, and I'm all, but I can't bring somebody for 4 years. Over 4.5 years. I haven't brought anybody into my life. I've been able to do whatever I want. I can't nobody can tell me what to do.
Listen, but everybody, what I will say is we all deserve love. You know, like, we all deserve love. So if love knocks at your door, then, you know, if it's healthy, let it.
Maybe one day. For both of us.
Absolutely. You two are definitely catches, so no question.
Thanks, Jim.
All right, Jimmy Jam, you want to go?
G'day, how are we?
Darling.
Hello. My daughter said hello, darling.
Hi, can I see
Oh, Missy. Yeah, go on. She's feral today. She's been sick. Come here. Oh, she's been a goober now. She's been running backwards and forwards, and her name's Peyton. Okay, show her dice then. Go on. Then get out. So, Candi said hello. Hello. So, and I've got my 2-year-old son running in and out too. So I do apologise. It is chaos.
No, boy.
So, because my husband's at work. So.
Yeah.
Oh, here he comes. Okay. So honestly, I'm pleased as pissed to meet you. Excuse the language, but I'm so pleased to finally meet you. I've been looking forward to it for forever. You bring a lot of joy into my life, especially on the weekends when everyone sleeps in and it's just me and my coffee and bingo, and there she is. And you bring the joy for me. All right, now go out. Okay, so She's second children, a wild child. So what's the biggest life lesson you've learned from being a host you may not have expected to learn?
I think my biggest is you get to choose how you want to feel. I really learned that lesson working at LPB. And again, it goes back to my brother, and it goes back to so many of you guys, because when I tell you, I can't tell you guys how many times where I've been having a rough day and brighten my spirits, and then when we get to learn about you and we hear your stories, and you guys look up to us, we look up to you. The strength that you have to carry every single day, you get to choose. And then sometimes, I don't know, it breaks my heart because I really wish sometimes I could just reach out and hug everyone, because you can tell when somebody really needs a hug. And I think it's gotten to the point for me where I know your personalities. It's interesting. I can't explain it. It probably sounds weird, but I could tell just from how you guys respond in the chat when there's something going on.
You mean me being super hilarious,
Because we've all spent so much time together for now years at this point, I can just I can tell by how you guys respond, or your lack of responses, or the people who are usually pretty talkative and then they're not talkative anymore and they're just playing the game, or I don't know, I can just tell. And on those days I try to go extra harder. Even if I might be tired or exhausted, I look at this as a ministry for me. I'm no, if I come here with a bad attitude, somebody's they're looking for me to be my joyful self because they need this joy, So yeah, every day I don't have a good day, I try to choose joy, not just for me, but for you guys too.
I love that. I really do. I love that answer. Yeah, you do definitely bring the joy and happiness, for me personally, into the game. And there have been many times where I've been going through it at home with my husband and kids being naughty and stuff, and then I've seen you and it doesn't suck so much anymore. For that hour that you're on it, it sucks less. And with the I Spy games and stuff as well. I like being as silly as I possibly can, and when my daughter jumps on and plays, she likes being even sillier than me. So what position did you play in softball?
Okay, well, I played second stop and short base. I went between the two.
All right, so I can't exactly, because I played catcher and they buggered my knees. Playing catcher for so long absolutely buggered my knees.
I did some catcher.
Yeah, so are your knees buggered from it?
I'll be honest with you, I feel like everything that I do, I'm always standing. And then I think, of course, because of sports, my knees are terrible.
Okay, no, that was my question, because I'm just curious, because every person I know who's played softball, our knees and our ankles and our lower bodies are just wrecked. So I just wanted to see if it's common.
Maybe, I played for 8 years, so maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason.
We'll blame being physically active instead of just getting old.
Yes,
exactly. Because I'm in my late 30s too, so I feel ya. I'm blaming it on that.
Everything is snapping all the damn time and cracking. Yep. My ankle just cracked just now and I just slightly moved it.
Yeah, no, I feel I slept on the lounge with my son the other night and I woke up and I'm like, oh shit. And I had to ask my husband, I said, oh Dale, I need your help up. And he's like, why? I think I've pulled my back out just by sleeping on the lounge. So,
listen, I feel you. I feel you.
Okay, so sorry to interject. Daisy couldn't be here, but she did want me to tell you about something that happened for her in chat with you. She said that she was playing one day and she asked you what brand your dress was because she loved your dress. And she said that the next break that came on, you must have went and looked, and then you came back and told her, and she just thought that was so sweet and just such a caring and loving thing to do. So she wanted me to bring that up for you.
Yes, listen, absolutely. When I tell you guys, we are all just humans. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. Nobody's higher than anybody. Like, we're all just people, you know? And I don't understand when people are not nice to people. Like, I don't think there's ever a reason. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I just feel like we're just all human beings at the end of the day. So tell her I said, love you. Absolutely. No problem.
I will. I'll tell her.
Yeah.
All right, Candi, with everything expanding, you're getting new features. If you look at it from 3 years ago to today, it's a completely different game. Where do you see Live Play being go in 10 years? Like, what do you think the app will look like?
Oh my gosh. I think it's going to be incredible. The technology it continues to advance, and the creators of this, they have such innovative minds, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it. I feel like it's going to blow all of our minds, to be honest with you. I think it's just going to continue to grow, and I'm excited, but I just see innovation. I mean, we've all seen how the app has already evolved in such a short period of time. I just know it's going to be great. Whatever happens, it's going to be great. So, yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Absolutely. I always joke with Hobart, we're going to be able to wear virtual headsets and actually sit in the same bingo lounge. It's going to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I could so see that. Definitely.
I know you're into hip hop and everything because we talk about it on the air sometimes when you're live. Who is your favorite artist of all time?
My favorite artist of all time? Wow.
I know that's hard. Maybe give me your top three.
My top three. Okay, let's see. Top three. I would probably definitely say Beyonce. Definitely. I think Beyonce is just, I respect her work ethic and her creativity. I would also have to say, who I love to just listen to. I love Erykah Badu. And then, of course, I think Michael Jackson.
Great picks.
Yeah.
Well, that leads me into another question. I want to hear all about your Beyonce story, especially since I love Beyonce myself. She's an H-Town legend. She grew up here, not too far from where I'm at. She's a huge deal down here for sure. So tell me about your Beyonce story, because I know you said a little bit on the air, but I want to hear the whole thing.
So a girl I went to college with, my first roommate here in LA was Beyonce's mom's assistant. And basically, I used to volunteer for her mom's nonprofit, and I've been to her mom's house and multiple times, and we all went to the amusement park together. I met Blue Ivy a few times, and the first time that I physically saw Beyonce and she walked right by me, there was this event that was happening at her mom's theater that my friend, she called me and she was like, "Girl, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm studying. What's going on?" And she's like, "Drop everything you're doing and I want you to come to the theater." And I was literally around the corner from the theater because I was just like studying some lines or something. So I show up in a hoodie and some sweats, no makeup on. And when I tell you it was so star-studded, Beyonce had on this emerald green gown. Everybody's dressed to the nines. And Miss Tina, she gives me a hug. She says, "Hey, Candi." Then she looks me up and down. And she's like, what? She didn't say it out loud. She's really sweet. But she looked me up and down. Like, what? But she, she played it up. But I came, and I'm so glad I did. I just remember sitting 2 rows behind Beyonce and Blue Ivy, and she walked right by me when I was coming in my hoodie and my sweats. yeah, I think she was getting up to go somewhere to take Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy was small at this time. This was at least 6 years ago. But yeah, that's my Beyonce story.
That's awesome. So jealous. Okay, so one, I want to hear any funny stories you may have from on set with any celebrities, if you want to name any. And then two, we want to know what is your goals in the future? Who do you want to work with? Where do you see yourself, and what is your favorite type of genre to do? Or
Okay. Let me see. Well, doing a thriller. The thriller I told you guys about that I just wrapped in March, the end of March. It was my first supporting lead role. And I had so much fun. Like, thrillers are a lot of fun. The special effects that you see happening on set, behind the scenes, is so cool because special effects is like the ropes and the strings that they do in the moment. And the effects are what they do behind the scenes. All the digital things that they do. To be able to see how the special effects works and, you know, just all these really, really cool moments where they have these big fans where there's this spirit and it's blowing our hair in the wind and it's consuming us. And I want to do more thrillers and sci-fis. That has completely shifted because I've done a few dramas, and actually just booked an Apple TV show today that I'm going to be flying out, so I might not see you guys next week, but I'll be there this week. At the end of the day, I just want to have fun. I just want this to be fun, and then I also want to be able to produce and direct and tell stories as well and create my own films. But I want to create things that allow people to just get lost and, you know, be a big kid or just be able to tell somebody's truths. I want to create a lot of films and TV shows about foster care as well. I'm working on another project where I got offered a lead role, and it's about foster care. I'm really excited about it, and I get to play a social worker, and I'm just excited. And more than anything, that little girl on the inside of me that dreamed about all these things, that lived in foster care, she's so excited.
Well, congratulations.
you're doing amazing, no question. I can't wait to see the thriller either.
The thriller's gonna be great. I saw the trailer for it. I can't share it because the executive producer showed it to me. But it's really, really cool. I have these moments where I'm like, wow, this is really happening. Just like, wow. Yeah, it makes me cry.
Well, you deserve everything for sure. You deserve it. It's kind of cool. You guys are huge deals because I know, I don't know if you know this or not, but we had Stephanie on, and she's actually doing a movie right now with Michael J. White, which is tremendous. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I'll say this, we're really a family. I've been places and everybody didn't like each other and everybody didn't get along, but everybody loves each other. All the hosts, everybody loves each other, and we really do root for each other. And I appreciate our family. This is just to give you an example. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have acne scars, and they used to be really, really bad. I vented to Victoria about it, and she has a friend who works at this laser skin place, and she recommended me to be a model that they can use to give free treatment to.
Oh, wow.
Those little things. So we try to support each other as much as we can, and I feel like you guys can feel it and see it. The love is really real. It's real.
And we were actually just talking before you came on about how, or I was at least, how I just thought you were the most celebrity out of all the hosts that we have.
That's a big compliment. Like, you know what's crazy is that I don't really like the word celebrity. At the end of the day, we're all just humans doing the best we can. But it's an honor to hear you guys say that, because we struggle too. Let me just say this, 6 months ago, it was really, really rough financially. Sometimes you just want to give up because it's like, who's going to come and save me? Some of us don't have like big support systems and people that we can always call. And sometimes a lot of us, all we have is just ourselves. We're the ones that people call. And I had a moment 6 months ago where I felt like everything in my life was just going wrong. And I was so knee deep in bills and everything. And I'll say that if I would have given up 6 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to see all the beauty of what was unfolding these 6 months, you know? So sometimes you just have to hold on just a little longer so you can see what's on the other side.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
And I play bingo, Candi. It definitely goes two ways. You guys help us through a lot. I am about 1 week away from my mom's anniversary of passing. She passed last year in June. And it was a pretty tough time, but you guys really helped me get through that with positivity, what you preached there. When Hurricane Beryl came through, we were without power for like 10 days, and it was horrible. It was 110 degrees, and 110 degrees down here is a lot different than 110 degrees up north or whatever because of the humidity. And, you know, I had to plug my phone into my car, and that was the only way I could really contact the outside world. And Hobart was there every day asking how I was doing and making fun of me jokingly for having to play in my car. Things like that, it really helps us get through a lot.
We're family. We're family, and I don't care that we haven't physically met each other. We are a family, and we mean it. When I say that, I don't say it because it sounds good. We really are a family. I don't care if I'm Black and you're Asian and you're white, and it don't matter. We're humans. And the one religion is love. Love is the religion. So yeah, I'm so happy that Hobart was able to show up and create that space for you.
Well, all of you, not just Hobart. That was just one example, but all of you.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I agree. And it's genuine and it's real. And we appreciate you guys so much. We mean that from the bottom of our heart. I'll speak on behalf of all the hosts. Like, y'all really do. You guys are the best part of our days. No, seriously. I love my weekends. I love when I get to come in and hang out with you guys, even if it's for an hour or 2 hours, or like somebody's like, hey, Candi, can you cover my shift? What? Absolutely. No, you guys are so cool, man. And you think we are there for you guys are also there for us too.
Thank you. So do you have any fun stories from on set with any people we may know?
Will Ferrell. I did Spirited with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, and they are some of the most down-to-earth celebrities. That's what I'm like, they're just celebrities, but you know. But no, Will Ferrell, he's like the most coolest guy that you will ever meet, the most normal human you will ever meet. And I may have mentioned this story already before, but we shot the movie Spirited, I believe it was literally in the middle of the pandemic. I think it was in the fall of 2021. And then the movie got released a year later because it was a musical and there was so much special effects and everything that had to go into it. So I think it was like a year later. And even after we released the movie, I saw him at a event in LA. We shot the movie in Boston. And I saw him at a screening / like toy drive. I had no idea he was going to be there. I had not seen this man in maybe a year. He walked up to me and said, hey, Candi. Like, he's the most, and I was like, you remember me? He was like, yeah. You know, and he's just the coolest guy. He DJs with his son. You know, he's just a regular person. Ryan Reynolds. Funny story. So I come on set and try to make sure I tell this the right way. I come on set and before he introduces himself, you know, like you meet a guy and he kind of does a double take. So he kind of did a double take, and it was in front of our director. And the director is someone that I've worked with on other projects. So he's like, Ryan. And Ryan was like, oh, yes. very nice to meet you. So that was just so cool because I was like, Ryan Reynolds did a double take. So that was something that it was funny that I told my girlfriends about. So that was really, really, really cool. And he was also really fun to work with and just really nice. And yeah, they were a lot of fun. Heather Graham. I love her so much. She's the one I just did this last film with that's going to come out potentially in the fall in the theaters. And we text each other, you know, we talk about going on hikes, and she's just the sweetest woman in the world. And sometimes women aren't always nice to other women on set. And the way she embraced me and the way she just loved on me, and, you know, she's this huge, massive star that has been in the business since she was a teenager, and she's probably got over 40 years in the business. And just the way she embraced me. And so this is a thriller that we just did, and there's this ghost that's in the thriller, and it was so cute. We created a lot of BTS that will come out when we're promoting the movie, and it was just so cute seeing her flick off the ghost. We got this one video where we both flick off the ghost. I was like, what do you want to say to that ghost? And she was like, you ghost. So we have this really, and I'll release it, of course, with her approval. But yeah, she's just super, super sweet, really nice, down to earth. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, I feel like I have a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to, have you guys ever heard of my friends? Well, do you know John Hamm? Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a project with John Hamm next week. So I'm looking forward to meeting him. He has a new Apple TV series. So that's why I'm flying to New York. I leave on Tuesday, and I'll be shooting on Friday. So I'm looking forward to that. So he's
you're going to be on the next Severance. I bet you it's going to be the next Severance for sure.
Listen, you know what? Your mouth to God's ears. You know, so.
I love it.
I have a question. Can I ask you guys a question? Okay, when you think about your favorite live play bingo moments, what's some of your favorite moments, and with what hosts? Like the first moment that comes to mind, you're like, oh my God, we had so much fun this day.
So mine was with Double O Evan, and I don't even know how it started, but we just started getting this inside joke about, you know, him knocking my socks off. I mean, it got to the point to where he was sending me pictures of socks that were on his stairs, a pair of socks randomly laying on his stairs and stuff. And then saying, oh, I knocked your socks off again. And then it just turned into this whole inside joke thing that every time I saw him, we would say that. And I'd be like, oh, you know, my feet are cold. I don't know, those things just made my day, just stuff like that. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite and most memorable things that I had with the host.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love Evan. Evan's great.
Okay. It was one of my fun, like, laughing, like, when it was late night shenanigans with Sean. It was like 10 to 12 hours. And Sean, I was like, oh, can I get other Sean to do the wrecking ball? He's like, I ain't gonna do it for free. And he's like, you have to get a jackpot. You're gonna make this happen. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, and I've been and this is when you could send codes and people could send things right away. I'm all, friends, I have no crowns. I have nothing. All of a sudden, things were being sent to me. And I'm all, okay, I'm collecting. I'm like, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm playing. It was a good 45 minutes after he made the offer. And he's like, oh, it doesn't look like she's going to do it. She doesn't look like she's going to do it. And all of a sudden, I threw my crown came down. I'm all, and then B2 came out, I'm all, and then Sean's like, oh my OMG.
Listen,
I threw the gauntlet and she threw it right back. Other Sean had to come in like a wrecking ball that night. He's like, oh, yeah. That was a good. I was in tears. I was in tears because, and people were like, way to go, God, oh my God, you did it. I can't even look at the chat. I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard that I did it.
I believe you. I play a lot too. So
I know you do. You're in Speed all the time now.
I know I love Speed. No, but I love playing with our host too, and I've seen Shawnee like, oh, I'm not doing it for free.
Oh no, that I had a great time. But honestly, you know what I like too with you, Candi, is talking about discount clothes. Girl, I said, I want to know how much your outfits cost. Girl, you are fire. And I know you only paid $4 for that shit.
Absolutely. Get the bang for the buck.
I love it. I was like, girl, you look good. How much that dress cost you? Because I know you're going to tell me, because I know you're proud of it, because I do the same thing. Oh, I like your shirt. I'm like, yeah, I paid $2 for it.
Makes it even better.
Candi could wear a paper bag and she would still be a dime.
So I got lots of different little ones for different segments of my moods, and so one of them was with Shawnee, and it was when my son was just starting to stand up. You know, when they stand up on the crib, or they hold up against anything and they jump up and down like I don't know, like grasshoppers, I suppose. And I was playing the game and Shawnee was doing his jackpot dance, and the first time my son ever danced was to the jackpot dance song, and I was so happy, but I was so depressed at the same time, because we're a family of punks and metalheads. Like, we are all headbangers, and the first time he headbanged and he danced or he did anything was to Shawnee, and I'm like, oh, like, I should be depressed, but I'm not, because this is so cute. And then I've got my my 7-year-old. She runs around the house saying "Girl, quit" from Hobart, so that always makes me laugh. My son Stevie, he started saying it too, "Girl, quit," or "Are you cereal? Girl, quit." So she can't say serious. One of my favourite memories. It was quite recently, actually. We were playing I Spy with you, and it was my turn, and no one could guess properly, and it made me laugh so much, because I'm like, even Tim, who's one of my best buds and in the whole entire world, he didn't even know that my husband wasn't 20 years older than me or 10 years older than me, and it made me laugh so much, because Dale really does look like he's 60 years older than me, but he's not. He's 2 years
I remember
older
that.
than me.
I remember that.
And yeah, no one could believe that I could be. Yeah.
I love those games, by the way.
Me too.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And
her and Abby.
Yeah, and that it makes me happy, because it makes me think, and it gets my mind off of all the shit that's in my head, because, you know, when you've got the mum load, the woman load, the man load, the dad load, and your head is full, and it makes me think of all the stuff that I don't have to think of, because I'm like, well, this is someone else. Let's see if I can pick apart their lives and guess stuff about their life that, you know, and it does it. I love it. Absolutely love it. So that was one of my best memories. So, to be honest, because I'm like, yeah, no one can guess.
Well, you know what? I appreciate it, because I'm not the funniest host, but, you know, I got some stuff.
And You've made me cackle.
Huh?
You've made me cackle on numerous occasions, and it's I don't laugh a lot, because honestly, not many people know this, but I'm a bit of an asshole. So and that's cool, because I own it. I know what I am, but you have made me cackle, and it's not an super easy thing to do. So you are pretty funny.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. You guys are the best. I love these stories. They're great, hilarious, And yeah, thank you for sharing them with me.
I guess I don't really have one story in mind. I like it when the hosts try to guess my name, but I've been called Snizzers fan, Seniors fan, Schnauzer fan is the most famous. And then when Curtis just started, I had him for about a week calling me Seniors fan because he was like Snurs, and I was like, it's Seniors fan, and he's like, oh. And I was like, yeah, I love the Winnipeg Seniors, and he's like, okay, that makes sense. Him and Ricardo were hosting together in Speed, and Ricardo said Sunrise fan, and then Curtis was like, it's Seniors fan. and then Ricardo's like, no, that's Sunrise fan. And then the best part is, after that, I got Curtis to believe that Ricardo was lying and that I was actually Seniors fan, and I have no idea what Sunrise fan is. But I would
That
say...
is so they together and see?
Yeah, they for like a few minutes. You know how sometimes when you're coming in and out and you're kind of together for a minute? Yeah, it was one of those instances. But there was one time, this would have been like 2 years ago, so I was still kind of fresh as Sunrise fan. But Sunrise was hosting, and she was calling me Sunrise fan. Most hosts call me Tim or Timothy now, which is awesome. But I remember one time I was like, Sunrise, can you please stop calling me Sunrise fan, because I'm actually Schnauzer fan? And she's like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I gotta admit, I think you're okay, but yeah, I'm really not a fan of you. And then she was like so heartbroken. And then of course I was like, no, I'm just kidding. You're so awesome, and you're my favorite, and I'm Sunrise fan. And then she laughed. But that's my story. So
yeah, that's great. That's
Tim,
beautiful.
that was mean. You don't do that to someone.
That was mean.
Do that to someone.
No, but I will say, I could tell a little bit with your ADHD, and I have ADHD, so like I get you on that. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I understand a lot of things. So I appreciate that.
Listen. I have to do multiple things at once.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
I'm like, okay. That's how, one of the things I love about the game is that you can really juggle multiple things at once, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great. What feature do you love the most? What's your favorite feature of Live Play Bingo?
I hate the Animal Quest and the Golden Ball Drop. Hate it. Hate it so bad. I like the regular quest, but partners events are my thing. I love that. Wish there was more of them, like especially lately. Like there for a while, they were doing it for a bit, but then they kind of quit. So yeah, that's my favorite feature. So.
Okay. Yeah, I could tell you guys really like the partner event.
Since I've been playing the longest, I literally started where there was no animals. Nothing. I have been playing that long, Candi. I have been playing where there was no host at night. There was no UK host. Nothing. So every feature I have come across has been, everything. That's me. I'm not. Should I be at an 801 level? Probably. But I just kind of, do my own thing. But my favorite feature so far out of this game, I would say the partners event. It's my favorite feature, but then you see people in the chat and it's not their favorite feature. Nobody wants to be my friend. I'm like, oh God, I wish I could take more in. That's the only thing I wish I could do as a higher player baller that has been. I might not be like 801, but I want to take everybody in. I want to help you, and I wish you could do that and that feature. That's the only thing I would want to change with that feature. With less, even giving less rewards. Give them more rewards and give me less. I just want to help them because I keep playing bingo. I keep doing my thing. And I'm just collecting. My quest is complete. But I want to just pick up people and be like, here, I'll finish you. I'll do it for you. And
I hope you know.
Free rewards for everybody. I feel like Oprah. I feel like
You get a jackpot. You get a jackpot.
No. But no, that was
Maybe
probably
that
my because even when the animals first came out, it was very confusing at first because at first when animals came out, it was only in a VIP room. The VIP room, and you had to do a certain multiplier and so a lot of people were still newish, but I wasn't new. It was probably 6 months after I started, and I'm like, what is this animal feature room VIP thing? And I would go in and I'm all, but then you have to multiply times this. I'm like, for animals, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. And I just play normal bingo. And then they start introducing the animals into the regular rooms. Oh, when I tell you, oh gosh, I've been here for a minute.
It's evolved so much.
It has. It's just it's nuts. Like all of the stuff that Live Play Bingo has done, and I really do hope that they look at the fact it's like it is for the ballers. Like this is what we enjoy. This is what we don't enjoy. You know, but it does get funner. I can get this. I can do that, and then they throw something else at me, and I'm all okay. Now I have to do this. It's a game. It's like now I have to do it. I have to achieve it because I'm very competitive, and because I've been playing this game for over 4 years. I'm like, I'm competitive, and I might have to get everything.
Well, I love it because it just makes it more exciting. But we all have those moments where we're like, I'm sick of this damn donkey. If I get another donkey, I'm gonna scream. I got 12 of them already. You know, but it's fun.
No, it really. I told them, but because since I played for so long, and I literally completed every OG collection. Since
really
day
cool.
one. From
every
animal
OG
collection till today, I actually completed this last collection. I have literally collected, and I'm not really obsessed with it. Like it just happens. Where I'm like, but I have completed every OG. But if I feel now if I didn't complete one of the OGs, I probably might get upset.
Well, I mean that's what the wild eggs are for, though, right?
Get a wild egg.
Thank God, the wild. That's a good new feature. I like that one. I completed Halloween from 2 years ago, like the silver set. The other day, I'm all okay.
I know I love it. I like it. You have to choose the right animal. Hope you choose the right animal.
I literally felt like I was shopping. I was all, what do I go? I'm scrolling through. What do I need?
Exactly. I didn't put that together, but you're right. It's like going through Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and hope that you
shopping.
choose the right one.
I loved it.
I like the partners events. Everyone else does. But if we're gonna... My daughter said hola.
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 They all said it back, Bubba. Now my son's saying it, and he can't talk. I love the partners event, but feature-wise, I kind of class the rooms as features because they are. It's a different feature. Main speed. Speed. Would have to probably be my absolute favorite feature of the whole entire game because it's so easy to lose everything and it's so easy to gain everything in that room. And as you probably have realized with me, I am a rage player. I just don't give a shit. If I lose all my credits, fine. If I gain shit ton of credits, fine. But it's just speed bingo. It's just, and it's fun, and it's more intimate setting. So.
I love speed too. That's my. I love it so much that when I go to the main event, it's just it doesn't feel normal. I feel like it's just normal. For me,
it's like, the same.
I'm bored.
I've also got fat fingers too, though. So if I'm not playing, I'm making a coffee and I'm standing there with my thumbs. Yeah, this shit ain't gonna work, man. I may as well just. I'll bet times 100, and I'm gonna get 0, but it's okay because fat fingers prevail.
I love that. I love it.
So, Candi, I will say everybody's answer is the hosts and the community, but I made these guys not answer that because that's everybody's favorite. My favorite feature is, I'm going to be a little cliche and say the next one, because you guys are always coming out with something new, something bigger and better, and whatever feature is coming, that's my favorite. So we're all not going to like the same ones. We're all not going to have the best, I guess, feedback on them, but the fact that there's always something coming, I really like that about the game.
Yeah, I agree too. It's really exciting just to see what they create, the innovativeness of the game. And you know, like, I like the quest too. And honestly, one of my other favorite features is hatching the eggs. And it's simply because you don't know what you're gonna get and you're like hoping for the best. So I always have FOMO. I have to hatch them when I get them. So I love the eggs. But I'm with you. You just, yeah, it's like whatever comes next. Bring it.
Opening the eggs, it always reminds me of like when I was a kid and I'd open the pack of baseball cards. So it kind of reminds me of that same feeling, gives me that nostalgia.
That's a great analogy. That's a perfect analogy. You're right. Opening the baseball cards or the Pokemon cards, or yeah, because you don't know what you're gonna get, and that's the exciting part about it. You might get 12 bruhs, but you'll finally get that rare. Can I ask you what made you guys want to create this podcast? What made you guys want to create this podcast and come together and do this?
During football season last year, I'm from Nebraska originally, and Hobart's from Illinois, the state of Illinois. I think he was born in 1868, but I know he grew up in Illinois. So we were betting on Nebraska versus Illinois. The bet was that if Nebraska beat Illinois, then he would have to talk about how great Nebraska football was for 3 rounds straight. And if Illinois won, I would make a video for him in an Illinois t-shirt, which I did. So I made him that video, and I can share it with you sometime, Candi, if you haven't seen it, but he really liked it. And then after that, he said, hey, you should make a podcast. And I was like, you know, that might work. And I got with Jimmy Jam, Daisy, who we're missing today, unfortunately, and Rhiannon. And we all just wanted to kind of see what we could do, keep it positive, of course, and see if it would actually grow any legs. And so far, I think it has. It's starting out slow, but I can guarantee if we can kind of keep up this kind of, I guess, product, it will grow legs, and I think we'll create something good here. And we really appreciate you coming in. There's no question.
Absolutely. This is pure greatness, and you have all the right personalities. Like, you guys mesh so well together. I had a great time. And like, this is so cool, such a great experience, and please don't stop.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you guys bring
I just crash the party sometimes. It's fine.
Oh, you're not one of the hosts?
No.
She is, as long as she wants to be.
I'm a designated or fill-in.
Well, guys, you all sound great together. Great personalities and great spirits, and you guys look great together. And you know, I'm so sad that I also missed Daisy. Like, it's all good. You know, maybe I'll come back, and
we would love to have you back.
We'll have the Fantastic Four.
There's more stories to be told.
Thank you so much, Candi.
So, Candi, I'm so glad you came on. It was so great meeting you, and I think you're a wonderful person, a wonderful host, and you have impacted my life personally, but I know you've impacted so many other people's lives, and I feel like you're a celebrity, so it's very cool getting to meet you and see your personality, and you just shine. Thank you so much for taking your time out and coming on this podcast. We really do appreciate it, and we really do love you, so thank you.
Candi, you're an amazing person. When you come on, you light up everybody's life. You just sparkle, your positivity, everything is wonderful about you. I'm so glad that you became a host of Live Play Bingo, because you have changed so many people's life. You're appreciated and you're loved every day. Trust me when I tell you that.
Cheese, and thank you. You bring a light into the room, and I'm a firm believer in people who come into your life. You were meant to meet them, and you were meant to be friends or know them for a portion of your life. And I am ever so grateful that whoever's up there have brought us together so that we were able to meet you, because you are a very special bright light and you make things better for me. So for me personally, thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. I'm not real good at all this mushy shit. So my wedding vows, my wedding vows were I love you. That was it. My husband had all this beautiful shit. Mine was, what can I say? I love you. Done. Done. So I'm not very good at it. I try. But yeah, no, thank you so much just for being you and your positivity and showing up even when you just want to show out because you feel like shit. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, like, cheers. Thank you.
I have never had a bad time when you were hosting. My mood is always elevated when I see that you're on and you're hosting. I always get excited. So, and that's not a lie. That is actually 100% God's honest truth there. So one of my favorite lines that I tell you, if you remember, is I always say, gosh, Candi, you give my eyes cavities with how much eye candy you bring on this game. And
yes!
It's awesome. So, but you are just, well, first of all, thank you again for coming on. We can't stress that enough. And, you know, you and all the hosts really do make our day. And you kind of showed me today, no matter how perfect people look on the screen, on the big screen, or the Light Play Bingo screen, which you guys all look perfect and you really bring a lot of joy to our life. But you've also told us, you know, people struggle and that's okay. And when you get those struggles in life, you can turn those into positivity, and your messages really help with that. So thank you.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you guys for creating space for me to share my story, and thank you for honoring it and listening, and thank you for allowing me to honor you in return. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
the best,
It was
Candi.
amazing. It was amazing.
I love you guys. And I can we like twerk out? Can we?
You're gonna have to get Hobart to twerk.
I will dance. I will
That'd be
dance.
good.
Anyway, let's do this.
Hey.
Thank you again, Candi.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, bye guys. See ya.
Bye, y'all.
A sense of like comfort, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm with my craft. I feel like I'm with fam, like people that just get me. So it's always nice to just, you know, I feel like you guys get me at this point. We have really good banter.